From the Beaver County Auto Studios, it is the brand new show on Pittsburgh Sports Live. The Gamblin man, Anthony Jaskulski. We call him Jazz.
That's me, buddy. That's me.
There is one gambling expert here in Pittsburgh because Anthony, all of a sudden, like overnight, went from like October, hey, gambling might be legal, to by December, we've got a sports book here.
Right. I mean, it overnight. Yeah, exactly.
Went
Set
from
up
losing
shop.
$20, before dinner at the casino to all of a sudden watching sports till 2 a.m.
Exactly. It's a good time. It's a good way to kill the time as opposed to just losing $500 on red on roulette. You can actually lose $500 on a 3-hour game instead.
I don't lose.
Oh, you don't lose.
Well,
that makes two of us.
Yeah, you know what? I'll tell you what. I've seen the betting slips, and my boy here, Anthony, is red hot.
They're phenomenal.
NFL, NHL. So we're going to get into those here on the Gamblin' Man on Pittsburgh Sports Live. Let's actually start.
Where are we going to start?
You were telling me, before we get into the NFL, which is where we're going to start, you were telling me I can bet on things now like The Bachelor?
Well, you can do that offshore. Now, I'm not sure if Canby, which is the official lines makers, the odds makers for Rivers.
Okay.
I'm not sure if they're offering this yet, so do not quote me.
I
but
hope not. I don't want to have to go into the sports book and see The Bachelor on TV.
Right. My good friends at Bovada, though, they are offering Colton Underwood, who actually went to Illinois.
Is that Frank's son?
Frank Underwood. Oh my.
House of Cards.
Yes.
Come on. Man.
Yes, that's totally. You took it to too soon. Too soon with Kevin Spacey. Come on, man. That being
really
said,
a joke in there other than the last name, but continue.
It's FU, the initials.
Yes.
Okay. So Illinois State University is where he went to school, and if you can tell me the nickname of Illinois State, I'll give you 10 chocolate chip cookies. Well, we all know what we're talking about.
I have no idea who Illinois State's mascot is.
They're the Redbirds.
Oh, of course.
I think I bet on them about 24 times in my life. So, yeah,
is that
24,
a lot
25
or
times. That's a little. That's
okay.
not a lot. Yeah, especially for Missouri Valley. I mean, come on. Arch Madness.
All right.
I dabble a lot in there. But you can bet on his virginity. And if it will be lost or not. Yes, you can bet on his virginity and if it will be lost on this season of The Bachelor.
So wait, the guy is a whore enough to go on television.
Correct.
But he's not, okay.
To wreck draws. Correct. As the kids would say.
To
Pelvic pinochle.
wreck draws?
Wrecking draws, pelvic pinochle, backward backgammon, whatever the heck you want to call it, George Michael once said sex is best when it's one-on-one, and that is what we're betting on here for Mr. Underwood. It's minus 500, Dan, which means you'd have to pay $500 to win 100. Now, a lot of people get confused on that.
Wait. So the odds are that he will lose it on television.
Big time. Well, we don't know if it's on television.
What is this, like the Truman Show?
I don't think he's going to have sex on TV.
You can't. You go that far.
Yeah.
And you keep the belt tight.
Yeah, we're not talking Skinamax here. We're talking CBS, right?
Yeah, no, it's ABC.
ABC. Well, ABC's not.
Now, see, I'm still waiting for the Yinzer Bachelor. They hand out cans of Icy Light. The final can.
Live from Bigelow Boulevard, this is Yinzer Bachelor. No, I don't think we got any of that going on.
We went down to her premieres and she was all stuck up. I was, nah.
This is.
Let's get to the NFL. Okay, let's get right.
Our Bachelor, where he's 3 years fresh at the Pittsburgh Water and Sewer Authority. Here he is, Mike Kamianskers. All right, no, we're good. Let's
two
do
guys
it.
sitting here with Polish last names talking.
Mike Kamianskers.
All right, so. Game 1, Chargers, Patriots.
Chargers, Patriots.
You like the Chargers and the money line.
And the money line. Love them. If you listen to the show on Paul's Ice, I
93.7 The Fan.
93.7 The Fan with Paul, and I do damage on that show. I mean, absolute damage. And I'm telling you, we've been hot with the NFL, and I think it's going to stay that way. I know that it's staying hot with the Chargers right now, who... I don't want to say it's it's going to be a rule reversal here where we got a switching of the regime, if you will, with the Patriots just running the show, running the NFL. Well, they're a shell of the team they were.
When I hear Tom Brady gets to the office like that night and watches film all night long.
Yeah.
And I didn't mean to accent all night long so much as I did there.
Well, Lionel Richie, you and him both.
Yeah.
So
I get a little worried.
Don't get
worried. When the Patriots have that much time to prepare for you, they usually dissect you.
You don't think Phillip Rivers is doing the same thing right now?
Yes.
Philip has been waiting his whole life for this moment right here, and I'm telling you, he's going to take advantage.
Part of the problem. We've seen guys who wait 10, 15 years for this one shot, and the pressure is so great because they've been waiting 10 or 15 years that it just becomes, a giant horse pill to swallow.
Well, Jerome Bettis just said, what you talking about, Willis?
Fair enough.
I mean, come on, man.
It's different when you're a running back, too. Although he tried to give it away. I'm just saying. I'm not going to mention it. I'm not going to bring it up.
That was a nice... yeah, I like that. Okay, no, we'll go with that. Okay. The Patriots. I mean, I don't have any rebuttal to that. My God,
I won.
So you win. Make
that your last loss of the week.
Okay.
All right.
Based on a Red Hot Chili Peppers reference, I like that. That was good. Give it away now.
You like the Chargers though.
I love the Chargers right now. The way I'm seeing it right now, and it seems like they're sharp money from what I'm looking at. Now, when I say sharp money, I
didn't know that term.
Right. Sharp money means that there's a dichotomy between bettors, and there's pretty much just two of them, okay?
There's two bettors.
There's two types of bettors. There's your sharp bettors, and there's your
emotional bettors.
There's your square bettors.
Okay.
Your L7 weenies.
Yeah.
L7 weenies. Okay. All right, yeah. You're squares. Okay, so we're squares pretty much. I mean, you can say you're sharp, but if you're not laying down sharp money, which we're talking $100,000 a game, then
I'm not doing that.
You're in that class. But
okay.
So you'll have
the little money.
The little money.
Little money, big money, little money.
But the little money accumulates, and it becomes more and more and more. And then we see, because there's a law in Las Vegas where we have to see, where the flow is, where the money flow is, and why lines are moving.
Right.
We actually are permitted to see that as a public. And the way it looks right now, as far as with LA and New England,
straight to the date right now.
Oh,
straight
absolutely,
to the second.
Straight to the second. So what we're looking at right now is a lot of sharp money going on LA. A lot of $100,000 bets. Yes, a lot. Now again, this could be Floyd Mayweather. This could be. Could be.
He did knock the crap out of the 110-pound Japanese fighter. Yes.
If you ever look at I have a video of him from a long time. You'd have to go through the Twitter archives a long ways, but
I won't.
He very good. So he's putting bricks and bricks of money onto a teller's desk at MGM, putting in a bet on the Super Bowl. So it could be that, I
actually did business with him years ago.
Oh yeah.
Yeah. I never directly with him. One of his handlers was buying just a ton of stuff I was selling, to the tune of hundreds of thousands of dollars.
Mama said, "Knock you out, Inc."
Pretty much.
Okay, fair enough.
By the way, did you ever notice when Mayweather fights a guy 40 pounds lighter than he actually throws punches?
No, I didn't actually.
Yeah.
It's more of a ballet recital for the first couple rounds.
But no, when the guy can't hurt him, he's able to throw punches. When a guy can, knock him silly, it's, he's hiding like that.
I mean, it's nothing like Lennox Lewis used to give us, right? Heavyweight was where it was. Heavyweight or bust for me. Right?
Lewis Klitschko was actually a good fight. That's going back 10 years. Anyway, so...
You must be out of your hot damn mind. Joe Louis, the greatest boxer that ever lived. What is that from?
Not a clue.
That's a Coming to America reference. He was better than Sugar Ray. He was better than Cassius Clay. He was better than who's that new boy? Mike Tyson. Make him look like a bulldog.
I've seen it once.
Oh man. Well, people will get the barbershop reference. Trust me. Coming to America. No, we're gonna go.
Let's get to game 2.
Yeah. Chargers, though. Trust me on the Chargers, okay? New England.
Take it straight.
New England is a shell of itself right now. I want to make you feel confident about this.
Okay.
They're 9-7 against the spread, which is actually the worst they've been since 2012 against the spread. Go figure. They're still above 500, but it is what it ain't.
I'm waiting here, to hit the next.
Do it. But it is what it ain't with New England. Just feel very confident in that, okay? Gronkowski looks like he's carrying a horse on his back right now. I don't think that man can move. You saw what he looked like against the Steelers. It was pretty much a decoy.
Yeah.
And
he was a decoy, yeah.
And Tom Brady really doesn't have targets right now. Gordon missing. This is bad. I think L.A. could really
they can run it
lay
up
a shellacking on them.
All right.
Absolutely.
So the other AFC game, we've got the Colts.
We got the Colts right now.
You like the Colts? And you like the over.
Well,
Putting some points on the board.
Indianapolis right now, they're the hottest team in football. They've won 9 out of their last 10. Excuse me, 11 of their last 12.
So unlike the Steelers, they kept their win streak going.
Right. Well, it all happened after a horrific loss in the Meadowlands to the Jets, and ever since that happened, this win streak just started. Now maybe not against the best of teams. You're whooping on the Bills and the Raiders and the Titans, but they're still getting it done. And Andrew Luck, for my money right now, is just unstoppable. I've never seen this Andrew Luck before, and he
had a year off.
He's a damn good quarterback. Well, his sidearm is quite oiled with squirrel oil. Have you ever seen the Captain Andrew Luck Twitter?
Yes, I do. From the 1850s or 1860s. Yeah, fantastic.
It's wonderful. His sidearm is quite ready. No, absolutely, and when it comes to Kansas City.
See, they dominated so much of the regular season. I mean,
and that's an Andy Reid MO.
Ridiculous points.
And that's an Andy Reid MO. But when when Andy and company and lieutenants get into the playoffs, when it counts,
when the bullets are really flying,
it's either McNabb or bust. And I'm telling you, it's not.
So you don't think Patrick is going to light it up, huh?
I watched Patrick closely. Very closely because let's just say I had money on this game.
You were almost a sharp better, huh?
I don't want to talk about which side I was on, but I watched very closely. I peeled back a lot of layers on Mahomes, and it was the first time I got to do that since I covered the Steelers and Kansas City. And I look at this guy and I said he's vulnerable. There's a way to get to him, and it's called the outside blitz. It's called, bringing in your DNs to preoccupy your tackles. Yeah. This way, you're going to have to go double tight against them because they're going to be blitzing outside linebackers. So you're going to be blitzing corners, And I'm not comfortable with Kansas City's ability to block double tight.
Okay.
I think it's going to be a big factor in this game because Mahomes is going to be under pressure. And he worries me under pressure, as most rookie quarterbacks should.
Okay, fair enough. So you like the Colts?
And that being said, there's going to be a lot of points here too.
You like the Colts and the over?
Yes.
I'm just saying because the Chiefs are dangerous. Is this a game I go big on or go small on?
If
I've got, let's say, $100 in my pocket, I'm betting 4 games. I don't bet them all equally. I don't bet 25, 25, 25.
Right.
Is this one I go bigger or smaller on?
Well, that's called unit betting, by the way. Usually you go by a standard 1 to 5 units, 5 obviously being your strongest. This game, I'd say put it right in the middle. Put it at 3. The over, put it 4.
Okay, so the over, go higher on the game, keep it straight.
LA 5,
keep
by the
equal.
way. LA's a 5er. That's a 5 spot.
Well, you want to get to LA then?
No, I'm saying the Chargers. Phillip Rivers.
I got
Going back to that, I'm a guy who lives in the past.
Well, there's 2 LA teams, by the way.
That's true. And I picked in week 4, and you can go back in the archives of the Paul Zeiss show to find out.
I won't.
Okay, thank you very much. So you can stand by my word that I tell you I took the Rams and the Chargers to meet each other in the Super Bowl.
All right.
At the Georgia Dome. LA versus LA.
In the Georgia Dome.
In the Georgia Dome, because it makes sense, right?
Yeah.
Kind of like putting the college football playoff when you know the South is the powerhouse of college football and putting it in Santa Clara like they did. Geographically.
Well, that's good.
Geographically.
Because if I have to cover that, I don't want to go to Alabama or...
Well, no, you should have had it
or...
at the Georgia Dome so these fans can travel, make it practical. Be pragmatic about this.
There's nothing pragmatic about college football.
You're darn straight.
All right, so we've got the Chargers, we've got the Colts. Let's hit the NFC.
Oh, God.
The Saints are coming. The Saints.
Yeah, the Aints, man.
By the way, greatest pregame show ever, U2, Green Day, when they reopened the Superdome.
U2 and Green Day. Interesting, yeah.
Greatest. In fact, it might be one of the top 5 concerts of all time because they were so hyped. Seeing Bono,
that was
it was amazing.
And not to mention, that was one of the easiest bets. It was over the Falcons.
No, that's a memory.
It was over the Falcons. It was -7.5, and I'll never forget that game because I said, you know what? I'm not the type of person that likes to apply, something outside of the game that can affect the game itself. But in this case. With a hurricane, all that, the rebuilding of the Superdome, it was really emotional.
You knew it was going to be.
Right. Yeah. Like, who would have bet on Atlanta that night? I don't know.
Actually, I probably would have because I would have assumed it was too big.
and I would have suspended you from your own wallet. You would have been suspended from your own wallet. You would have been in timeout, monetary timeout.
Give me your wallet.
Yes.
Just hand it over.
Unnecessary.
Go sit in the corner and think about what you've done.
Unnecessary.
All right.
Goodness.
Let's get to the. Let me get back the Saints here. So you like the Saints?
Yes, we're going.
And you like the over.
I like the Saints. I like the. Hey, you know what? If you're playing in the last 3 years, the top team that has gone over at home, you guess it, the Saints. I mean, they're and it goes to say, I mean, hey, 72 degrees, no wind, and you got one of the most high-powered offenses going since the St. Louis Rams when Kurt Warner was stomping over there. The greatest show on turf. That was a reason it was called that. Put them in a dome, let them run, and I just feel Drew Brees. I'd set the over and under, and I'm sure this prop does exist, and I didn't look it up. I didn't do my due diligence, but I would set that over and under for Drew Brees passing yards at 348.5, and I would take well over.
Oh, I would take way over on that.
Yep.
Absolutely.
It's going to get wild this game.
Okay.
I like it. And you know what? The Eagles are going to hang in there. So don't be nervous. The Eagles are going to hang in there. It's going to be like a 28-24 game.
I'm playing devil's advocate with you here.
Okay.
Because Nick Foles has this... Until somebody beats him in the postseason, he can't be beat.
Nick can't be Foles.
We're gonna skip past that.
Okay, fine. Just no puns intended ever. Okay, I'm not trying to be punny here. I'm just saying, eventually, something's gonna give here. Hey, I love Nick Foles. Though. This is a guy.
He does have to lose.
Well, this is a feller who was gonna retire 3 years ago. He said, "I don't want to do this anymore. I can't. Nobody wants me. I'm useless in a world filled with pocket quarterbacks that seemed like veteran
pocket quarterbacks. In a world, man stood apart.
In a world, assembly line, pocket quarterbacks,
ready to bag groceries." Called in one more time.
Right. Rob Schneider stars as Nick Foles. Okay, but no, all that being said, eventually it's going to have to he's going to have to come down to earth.
They can't overcome the Saints offensive
power. No, it's going to go 28-24 and then all of a sudden you're going to turn it off and have to take the kids out or something, or the wife's going to scream at you for not taking the groceries in. That pot roast is going to get nasty in that car. I don't care how cold it is. And you come back in with all the groceries and you just drop them because you're like, oh my God, all of a sudden they're up 41-24. How did that happen? Because it's the Saints.
All right, quick strike, take the Saints.
Boom!
Take the over. And this is a 1 to 5. Where are we at on this scale?
Oh, you know what? We're going to hang it in the 3. We'll put it in the 3
right
area.
in the middle again.
Yeah.
All right, so this is another unit bet.
Yeah, this is like, one of those earthquakes that you don't really wake up for. Like, if you're used to earthquakes, 3 on the Richter scale. I'm saying I'm sure some people.
We don't get many in Pittsburgh.
I'm sure some people are watching this in California.
Okay.
Right now. So you California residents out there, past or present, understand that this is like one you feel a little shake, but you're not going to wake up for it.
So the Nick
Foles
intense factor is a little bit of a hesitation that you don't go 5 on it.
Correct.
Okay.
Oh, totally.
All right, let's go back to L.A. Got the Rams and the money line taking the upset, the biggie.
No, that's not an upset.
Oh, I'm sorry.
It's minus 330.
You took the big favor.
Come on, man. Get out of the hockey rink and get on the gridiron here, man. Come on, man. All right.
I honestly, I looked at that. I said plus 3.
Exactly.
Yeah.
And you know what? That's funny because I got the biz on Twitter for putting that up there like that. People would say, I had the audacity to post a favorite as a money line. And trust me, I never do it. It's very rare. It's an aberration. You're not going
to win a whole lot of money on
this. No,
it's
an aberration, big time. But here's what I'm saying, okay? Sometimes you cannot, and this is good to, augment your parlay, by the way. Okay. Minus 330 will augment a good parlay. It really will. It'll give you better odds.
Yeah, they're not giving you...
So put it in there with the Chargers, Plus, you got the Chargers at plus 150, 160, wherever you're going to get them. And then you got the Rams, and all of a sudden you're 2.5, 3 to 1.
Okay. That's the only way to make money on this bet, though, isn't it?
It is, but if you have the bankroll, okay, $990 to win 300 might sound crazy to the average Joe, right? Or Jill, whoever's betting. We're I know the ladies out there bet too. So whoever's laying that down, $990, and you're like, I'm only winning $300 out of this.
That's what I think.
Yeah. You're looking at that, and you're saying,
I'm a bad bettor. I'm a novice guy.
Yeah, and you're saying, well, hey, but
this is why I text you. Hey, what should I do tonight?
Whether you're green or whatever, you're looking at that, and you're saying, man, that's a lot of cheese to just win this amount. But you have to understand that the Rams are not going to lose this game. It's unequivocal. To me, it is.
Okay.
They're not losing this football game, but the
Cowboys have no chance.
But the Dak Prescott theory comes into effect, where all of a sudden this guy can, maybe the Rams are up 13-12, something like that, and Dak all of a sudden breaks a 20-yard run and just covers the game. And then I can see that happening, and there's like 15 seconds left, and there's a failed onside kick, and we take a knee. But, oh, golly gee whiz, we just lost on a backdoor cover. I don't want to get backdoored, okay? It's tough. That's what she said. But honestly, in this case, we don't want that, okay? We don't want backdoor. And that's an actual term.
I understand
Dan. Don't get your mind out of the gutter.
I wasn't there. I was just simply laughing at that my screen went blank, That's why I'm laughing.
I'll bet.
Yeah.
I'll bet. Oscar Wilde once said, we're all looking at the star. We're all laying in the gutter, but some of us are looking at the stars.
That's very profound.
Thank you. Okay, so that being said, just be comfortable with the Rams on the money line. I'm telling you, if you put $990 on there, I would feel quite confident that you're going to return that money plus $300.
Okay.
Don't be scared. Scared money don't make money.
We can't live in our fears.
Oh, which president said that? Wait,
Mike Tomlin.
Mike Tomlin said that?
Yeah.
I thought that was an FDR.
No, we have nothing to fear, but fear itself was FDR.
Well, of course. Talk softly, but carry a big stick?
Teddy Roosevelt.
Okay. So, this history...
My wife isn't home. Bill Clinton.
Insert Bill here. Vending machine.
Yes.
Now that the history portion of this is over,
let's get to college basketball real quick here.
We're having so much fun.
You know what? It's good to bust loose. I have to do so much hockey reporting, and I'm so kind of bound up.
Busting out, baby.
I'm enjoying letting...
You're a regular Rick James over there, just busting out of this L7 square.
I don't go party quite as hard as Rick did or does.
No?
No, I
you're
can't
more you're the Houdini type.
I don't party in the snowstorms.
I like that, huh?
I keep it simple.
Sniff, sniff, whiff, whiff. You know what? You're more the Houdini type, right? Keep it a little PG with your rap.
Yeah.
The freaks come out at night.
I keep the party PG. I have a beer. Maybe whiskey.
I have a beer 10.
I'm getting old. I don't do that. I'll tell you what.
I'm getting old, too.
It used to be, at least a beer a quarter. Maybe a couple beers per quarter. Now it's like a beer and a half.
Light beer?
Hell no.
Okay.
No.
I'm a Stella guy myself.
I am the guy who, dilly. I'm the guy who's like, even autumnal mead.
Yeah, right. Okay.
I hate that commercial because I'm like, I'll take the mead.
Right. What's wrong with the mead?
Right.
Nothing's wrong with the mead.
If I wanted... anyway, I'm not going to upset a potential future sponsor. Bud Light, if you'll pay me, I'll drink it.
Bombay Sapphire for me, please. I love gin and tonic, but only if it's Bombay or Tanqueray.
All right, real quick here. Let's roll through college basketball.
Let's do it.
The press is on.
Let's do it.
No timeout.
You know what? We have lines up for Saturday, too, incidentally. They just posted them, so we're good.
Well, let's start with NC State and Pitt.
Okay, here we go. Well, let me just tell you something about this game that you might not know. Yes, Pitt, I called it on the Twitter sphere. So it's totally official if it's Twitter official.
Yep.
That Pitt would finally break through the glass and get that ACC win. First time in 24 tries.
You called it.
Yes. 23 straight losses. 24th was the winner. Okay, so they're riding high, and a lot of people, and I know people like to do this, and fade this system. Do not... Erase this system from your mind because it does not work. It's very volatile. The type of people that like to bet based on a college basketball team's spirits, okay, like, they're real high right now. Yeah. They just did something monumental for the program.
Big Mo.
No momentum. We don't want. It's a game-by-game process. I hate when coaches do that nonsense rhetoric. They always say, well, we're looking forward to the next game. James Franklin posting 50 straight times, Pitt. You know how he does that on Twitter?
I don't follow James Franklin.
Okay. Every team's Akron to us. You know,
I have
stuff
my
like
fill of
that.
snake oil. I've already bought.
Very nice. That being said,
I love you Penn State fans. I kid James Frank.
I can't stand Penn State, so that's just me. And I didn't go to Pitt either. I'm a Point Park grad, so the hell with Penn State.
Well, there's a long-standing Point Park Penn State rivalry.
Is there really?
I think the theater kids rumbled every year.
Yeah.
But then Penn State went Big Ten, and there's no more theater rumble.
I think it was Penn State McKeesport.
Okay.
Yeah, I think we were a little bit smaller there. But
no, you have Dennis Miller and Jonathan Frakes going at it. Point Park, Penn State.
Ooh.
Look at that pull.
Kerry Collins in there too.
I don't know how to get out of that cleanly, so we're gonna move on.
Okay, Pitt. We're gonna take NC State.
First half, NC State.
NC State first half. They are -6.5. It's probably gonna go up to 7, and that's okay. It can go up to 8 if you want. The problem here is we got young guys here still, and we have a young backcourt. And I love Trey McGowens and I love Xavier Johnson and what they're doing. That duo combined for 54 points. Against Louisville. But hey, Louisville and NC State. There's a big difference in what those teams are, okay? NC State is a pretty darn good team, and that ranking shouldn't have to tell you anything. Yeah, they're 15th, but come on. This is good stuff in Raleigh. I imagine NC State to be up 15 or more in the first half.
In the first half.
Now, I don't know if they're going to get their wings there, if they're going to come down to earth a little bit, Pitt, and they're going to start making shots. Maybe, maybe not. But there's going to be a lot of panic in that first 20 minutes.
They were so bad against North Carolina.
Right.
So maybe they find their water level in this one?
They might, but, I think
it doesn't really matter in betting, does it?
No, well, they're going to spring a couple leaks. Is the problem here, okay? That submarine's going to go down a little bit too low, and then all of a sudden we're going to find out about pressure.
Okay.
Yeah. Oh, that was good.
That was pretty sharp.
I just came up with that. Okay, so we're going to go ahead and we're going to take Pitt. I'm sorry, NC State.
I'm going to put it back up because you've flubbed it twice now.
The North Carolina State.
North Carolina State first half over Pitt. All right, next one.
Okay.
Mississippi State over Ole Miss.
Now, do you know who coaches Mississippi State?
Stop it.
Come on, man.
I spend literally 7 days a week writing hockey, and you're going to who coaches Ole Miss?
Ben Howland.
Oh, that's right.
The Ben Howland. And he doesn't coach Ole Miss. He coaches Mississippi State. Now, it's only -6, which is...
Can Ben Howland's team score more than 6 points still?
How dare you?
I know.
So there's no Torrey Morris coming out
on the ball half court still.
There's no Torrey Morris coming out on the court for these guys.
Okay.
So we're good. They're -6 right now, which is an absurd steal. They're home.
Okay.
Now Ole Miss is coming off a massive upset of Auburn.
Sounds like you're a 5 on this one.
Yes, Ole Miss is coming off a massive upset. Against Auburn at Auburn. Okay. They were only getting 4.5 in that game.
So the same principle.
So something was
coming
up.
Down in this game. Ole Miss is going to come down in this one.
Big time.
Okay.
This isn't your Andy Kennedy's. He's the coach that got bounced from Ole Miss, who I think it was nonsense.
Gotcha.
But this isn't his type of team here. Okay, it's a little bit of a slower paced team, and I think
you caught my look.
They kind of play to Mississippi State's level. Okay. Ben Howland's half court, drain them. You know, we're all used to that. I'm sure all Pittsburgh's used to that by now. But they're going to slowly drain these guys. It'll get there. Okay. It'll get there. It'll be one of those
big
type
on
games.
Mississippi State.
Hang a 4 or a 5 on it.
All right.
Why don't you?
The Duquesne Dukes.
Oh, baby.
I mean, I love the fact that Duquesne is relevant.
At least enough to bet on.
Yeah. Hey, no.
I mean, how cool is that?
They have actually they have gone from a program that shouldn't have existed to actually.
Well, why you gotta be like that?
So no,
come on, man.
They were. Let's be honest. But now they're actually competent and relevant in the A10.
You know, the Ron Everhart era was one that I hold near and dear to my heart. 2008 to 2011 in this city was rocking for basketball.
Yeah,
you had RMU, Duquesne.
Defense, go.
Aaron Jackson, who might be, I'd put him in the top 8 of all-time Duquesne basketball players. That man led them to their first 20-win season, and I can't remember since the 50s. And
70s, something like that.
I was pretty happy to be a part of that. That was fun. Oh, my goodness. And then they lose to Seth Greenberg and Virginia Tech in Blacksburg, a double overtime in the NIT.
Well, that's digging deep. So let me go back to Duquesne, though.
They're -3.
You like
against
Duquesne
St.
over
Joe's.
St. Joe's.
I love them. They always match up nice against St. Joe's. They do. They against the Martelli boy. Man, Martelli's still going strong, by the way.
Yeah?
Martelli's still going strong at St. Joe's. What is this, year 50 for him? This is great. I love it. Good
the
for
fact
him.
That I still know who he is.
Right?
I've never watched college basketball in 5 years.
Hey.
I just look. It's every Saturday. I'm a little busy on Saturdays because the NHL plays a full slate every Saturday. I'm a little busy.
Well, St. Joe's, St. Joe's is struggling right now. They are 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Can you count them? 0-6. 0-6 against the spread, and in that stretch, they've only won 2 games, and
so
it's not going to get much better.
You like Duquesne?
The Dukies.
I'll be happy to put a couple quid on Duquesne just to watch my local team.
Yeah, and then head down to Palumbo Center and grab a Smallman Street, what have you?
A what have you?
Sandwich. Isn't that what they're called? Are they sandwiches?
I
Sammy. How about a Sammy?
Okay.
Yeah, a Sammy.
Okay.
Grab a nice Smallman Street Sammy.
I usually hit pizza around the corner.
And you know what? If you lose, you can crunch up your ticket and throw it at me. I'll be on press row. You can.
I'll be throwing more than that.
Yeah, you can give me the biz.
All right. Last bet. We saved this one for last because we didn't want the show to be about this.
Okay.
We should have maybe led with this as I'm thinking about it now. Here's the prop bet of prop bets.
Yeah.
I'm almost tired of talking about it, but Antonio Brown, baby.
He's back.
Bon voyage.
Oh, well.
That's a Bugs Bunny reference. For the kids, they weren't allowed to watch Bugs Bunny because some of it might have been insensitive, and Yosemite Sam and...
I'm not going to write that one down. I'm going to just push that one aside.
Bon voyage?
Yeah.
Make a left in Albuquerque.
I know.
Mine, down, 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 all mine.
It's a bit antiquated for me.
Oh, absolutely it is.
I got to throw
Doesn't
that
matter,
aside.
still the best cartoons ever. Antonio Brown, here we go. Where does Antonio Brown... What do you...
Well, I mean, South Park has something to say about that, do they not?
I don't know.
You said the best cartoon ever. That's a mighty heavy statement.
They were the first to really get into that. South Park is awesome. Love it.
Yeah. She's saying you like them because they're pioneers.
They
trailblazers.
Yes. Obviously, some of the insensitive stuff now you watch and you're like, wow, that was okay. That's not cool. But the core of Bugs Bunny was fantastic.
I always felt like, yeah, okay, I'll give you that. That's fair enough. They're spearheaders. They did what they had to do.
Antonio Brown, where does he wind up?
Well, the Falcons are in the lead right now, and that was something that I've learned through all of this, and that includes all the sweepstakes. Now, there's a lot of NHL ones, obviously, free agency. There's a lot of MLB ones. There's the Bryce Harper one going around and all that, Manny Machado.
Sure.
What I learned from all of these, it's never the top 2 teams. It's not so the Falcons are 4-1 and the Lions and Jets are 5-1. It's never those 3 teams though, or 2 teams, whoever it is, the first 2 on the odds list. It's always that 7-1 team or that 8-1 team that gets them. I remember I can't talk.
Easy
Tavares.
for you to say.
I remember Tavares was
Tavares, huh?
Yeah, is that how you say his name?
Jonathan Tavares?
Jonathan Tavares. That's the Yinzer coming out of me.
John Tavares, man.
John Tavares. That's the Mount Washington pronunciation of that hockey player. He was actually 9-1 for Toronto, going to Toronto. How you like that?
Now, see, I would have put the Islanders and Toronto 1-2.
You would have?
Absolutely.
See, look at that. So you would have got it middle of the pack. You would have caught 9-1 on that, and it's a $500 maximum bet. So you would have got paid.
Did.
Very nice. Look at you. So it would behoove of somebody, I would say.
I do very well on my hockey extracurricular activities.
Nobody bets hockey over and unders like me.
That is true.
I'm an animal.
I'm bad with over unders.
You sit there and watch it all the time too. You know you're next to me. You see it. You see it happening live.
As Anthony waves the tickets at me like a little kid. Look at these. Yeah,
I'm the best.
Okay.
All right. So no, I like the 49ers at 7-1.
Someone else mentioned the 49ers to me too last night.
I think he meshes well with that.
And I'll put it back up here. And I said, why would the 49ers go after Antonio Brown? Are they in win now mode?
Absolutely. I mean, look, hey, I like Janine Garofalo. Must Love Dogs, great movie. No, Truth About Cats and Dogs. Excuse me. No,
she hasn't been any good since with the movie with Ben Stiller.
I remember Wet Hot American Summer was pretty funny. It's really weird, slapsticky.
I can't even recall the name of the movie with her and Ben Stiller in the mid-'90s that launched her.
Launched her into what?
Stardom, fame.
Yeah, B-list. Launched her into B-list.
No, she was A-list for a good 5 years. Absolutely. See, you're too young. The 90s.
I'm a 90s guy.
Yeah, apparently not. If you didn't know that Janine Garofalo was an A-lister.
Seinfeld launched her, by the way.
Yeah, no.
Bizarro Jerry.
I understand, but that was after.
Was it?
Absolutely.
Okay. Well, all that being said, he's got a
so Jimmy Garoppolo.
Yeah, Jimmy Garoppolo. You got, well, not to mention Nick Mullins too. You don't even know who's going to be a quarterback over there right now. But
fair enough.
And that's exciting to AB. You know why? Because he can be the star there. Because they don't have a star right now.
I'm going to tell you
something.
He wants
to be that guy.
If I'm the Steelers, I've got a little chip on my shoulder, little grudge.
What?
Why?
Yeah.
I'm a little unhappy that he wasn't around for the most important game of the season.
Well.
And so here's what I'm going to do.
Priorities.
If all things being equal or deals being close, I am trading Antonio Brown to the worst team possible.
You're hoping that you can do this after March 1st, by the way, because you're going to lose a lot of money. At the end of the day, with the way the salary cap is, and you're going to have to eat 12.5 million,
$2 million bucks.
At least 12.5. But the point is, whether you're waiting for that March 1st or the couple days in March or June 1st, what have you, at the end of the day, you're only getting draft picks for him. That's it. All these people that are under the crazy delusion that you're going to get a Von Miller for them, you're going to get something like this, a high-powered name. You're living in a dream world.
Who's going to be the worst team in the league next year?
You mean in the division?
No, in the NFL. Worst team in the league next year.
That's a tough one.
Okay,
maybe the Jets?
Let me cut to the point.
If Sam Darnold doesn't pan out?
I'm trading Antonio Brown to who I think is the worst team next year. And not only that, I might even factor in the city, the worst city to live in.
Oh.
Like maybe Jacksonville.
I don't think there's anything wrong with Jacksonville.
All right.
I've had fun in Jacksonville before.
Fair enough.
Yeah.
I couldn't think of a worse NFL city. It's small.
Oh, it's a terrible NFL city, but it's a fun place to hang out. I've had great tapas in Jacksonville. It's the place for tapas.
Okay.
Like really expensive, unnecessary.
For years, my suburban bred dumbass thought that I would hear a commercial for the tapas bar. For years, I thought it was a topless bar.
Yeah.
Years.
Well, hey.
Into my early adulthood, I'm like, they're serving topless food. What?
Now, you know what? You just gave ideas to people who are going to win on these bets. What are you going to do with your money? I'm going to start the first tapas topless bar.
Well, the Naked restaurant just closed this week.
We'll call it the Wild Wild Chest. I don't know what we're going to do with that, but we're gonna end on that. We're gonna do something. Steelers are 7-1. Other teams, the field is 3-1. Yeah, you're betting the Niners. I'd take the Niners. You know what? Throw that out there. Yeah, I mean 7-1. Throw a couple bucks on it. Feel confident about it. All right, so you can catch it at Anthony Jazz. Let me pull it up one more time here. Let me take down that as we live produce it. Time flies when you're having an okay time. Yeah, this was almost tolerable. Almost. Look at Anthony Jazz at. And I apologize for having a Twitter handle at the Dan Kingerski, but some troll took every incarnation of my name. You're the Dan Kingerski. I'm the Dan Kingerski, only because I kind of announced I was going to change my Twitter handle from Bud Moonshine. So someone took literally all variations of my name. They forgot to take the. So I'm at take the. I like that. That's good. I'll take the. That was the dirty foreplay way in like the 17th century. Oh, take the. Ah. That's what you said. Yeah. To. Yes. When you had to ask if you know Greek or French. Please take the. There's a Shakespearean reference. Anyway. That was a good one. I like it. I didn't think anybody got that. That's why I had to explain it. Here's another Shakespearean reference. Just because I rock doesn't mean I'm made of stone. I got feelings too. All right, kids. We're out. I want to thank Beaver County Auto. They'll make a Beaver believer out of you. So we'll do this again next week and hopefully make a few quid on the deal. If not,
hop on the message board and let us know what you screwed up. Have fun, kids. We'll talk to you next week.
Bye-bye.